Do you feel the pressure to grow your business, but doing so feels a bit like drowning? Welcome to Slow Growth Business, the show for business owners and leaders to quiet the noise and lead your business to success, one day at a time, slow and steady. If you feel your business is running you and you're ready to run it, you've come to the right place. Now, here are your hosts, business coaches Jimmy DeGroot and me, Kyle Bullock.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Slow Growth Business Podcast. I'm Jimmy DeGroot. That's Kyle Bullock right there.
And my bull statue like a evil mastermind or something. I feel like Dr. Evil over here today.
Put him in your hand like this. And
welcome to our podcast, everyone.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, I'm excited about this topic today because the topic is about you don't have to live like a refugee. You don't have to take a dive. You don't have to give away your product for no margin and self-imposed guilt and all that kind of stuff. So let's dive into this, Kyle. I'm so excited about it. You started talking about it this morning, and I thought that's what we're talking about today.
Yeah, because I got a new toy. I got a new grown-up toy.
Oh yeah, tell us about your toy.
I got a new to me car. So I've just gone through the car buying experience again, and this is like a recreational fun vehicle. It's a Jeep. And I went out looking for. I wanted an old beat up Jeep. I didn't want something new. I wanted something old and muddied and beat up and ready to go. Beat up some more and So I looked at a number of different Jeeps and a number of different places trying to find the one. And I like doing the car buying experience because as a sales trainer, you get to experience the worst and sometimes the best buying experiences out there. And if you're astute, you'll learn so much through that experience. And didn't you just buy a car recently? Right?
Not recently. I'm just thinking back to the first jingle I ever sang and was hired and paid to do was, "You can have a comfortable car buying experience at Myers Rudolph Lincoln Mercury." And even back then, I was 18 years old and I got paid like $250 to sing that.
Dang.
And that was cool. But I was even thinking of the irony of, there's no such thing as a comfortable car buying experience. Anyway, well, then my uncle saw me at church, and he goes, "Is that you?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he goes, "That's the dumbest ad I've ever heard."
You got paid $250 to do it, man. That's bank for an 18-year-old.
Exactly. I bought a new power stereo.
Well, can you think of something that is almost more commoditized than buying a car? By that I mean, like, it's a product that when you go out looking for a car, the price is, you compare it. You go on Auto Trader, Cars.com, Carvana, every dealership. You can go on the dealer's website and they have the prices listed. Go to Kelley Blue Book and you can put in all the mileage and crap, and it tells you how much you should pay for the car. So it's just like the most commoditized sales process ever, which begs the question, why do you even have a salesperson? Because if you're just buying a car and you could put in the miles, you can put in the condition, you can put in the year, then it's going to spit out the price, and that's the price for the vehicle. But some magical reason you go to a car dealership, you go see a salesperson. Why? Right? Why? I got to haggle with this guy.
Where you're going with this. I love.
And then they're going to take you into an office somewhere to buy the car, and I just want to write you a check, get my financing, and walk out of here. And they're going to take you to some office where they go, "But wait, there's more. And I'm going to give you this warranty and this guarantee. And don't you want the special thing for the windows that does this thing that doesn't?" It's like, what's all this for? Why is there a salesperson there to sell you a car, Jimmy, when you could just look it up online? Right?
Well, I did buy a car on Carvana once. All right. I'll never do it again. I figured out that they really make their money on the financing, and we talked about this before. I refinanced but afterwards, but it was salesperson free. Um, so no, why do they need? Why does Ed down at the corner lot
Yeah.
with all his different cars? Why does he need a salesperson? I don't know.
Great question, right?
Right.
And we've run into this with jewelry stores all the time, especially ones that are selling diamonds at low margins of jewelry. They see the price of gold going up, so I'm going to take my margins down because gold's going up or something, you know?
Right. Right.
It
And
begs the
it could be from a personal sense of guilt. It could be almost apologizing, all kinds of reasons.
I don't want to gouge my customers, you know. I
Right.
want
Right. Right.
I live in a competitive area. Everyone's, you know,
Sure. Sure.
competing for my dollars. Begs the question, if jewelry is a commodity that you can look at, you know, on a ticker tape on a TV show, is
Mhm.
like, here's the market today, and this is what diamonds trade for, and this is what gold trades for. Then the question is, then why do you even have salespeople?
Mm.
There's actually a store I know, a little bunny
Mm.
trail. I actually ran into a store one time years ago that sold diamonds and gold this way. They advertised it as such. It was
Really?
yeah, it was like a brick and mortar store, real store. They sold diamonds and gold. Um, direct to you. It was like, we'll do it for 10% above whatever, right?
Yeah.
And guarantee lowest prices. So they looked really cool, you know, doing it, and they made all this money, and the business was absolutely a financial wreck.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
were getting snowed under, and I'm not sure if they're still around or not. I
Yeah.
doubt it. So, okay, so begs the question, then why do we even have salespeople and these things, jewelry, for car buying? And so I'll quickly share the tale of two car buying experiences and what I ended up doing. When I'm going out to buy a car, when you went out to go buy a car, what do? We look up the car online. What we're trying to figure out is, what do I want? What's my budget? What should I be paying for this thing? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But a couple admissions, when I did this for this last purchase, this Jeep, I had a number in mind that I wanted to spend. And then I went online and I found out that I can't buy what I want for that. I actually have to spend more. So right off the bat, my budget gets blown up. But I don't want to tell the salesperson this because, you know, I don't
Right.
want them to gouge me on a price or something.
Sure. Right.
I'm aware. I'm an informed shopper, so I've shopped.
Yeah.
I went to no less than 3 or 4 dealers, and I drove no less than at least three vehicles in this process. Okay. The worst of it is, I go to these car dealers and I get into a car, I drive it. I come back, they give me the price. This is your cash price, tax, title, and license, and it's
Yeah.
based on and that's all, right?
A
Right.
transactional thing. Yeah.
When I'm driving, here's an interesting thing. Maybe we can flesh this out in a minute, but I'm driving on 2 of the test drives. I'm driving. The person sitting next to me is a salesperson. Silence. It's just me driving the car. I feel like I'm back in driver's ed again. You know, like, are they gonna grade me at the end? Okay. Which there was one dealer though, was one of the first ones I went to, and this guy knocked it out of the park. Okay. He found out what I wanted. I wanted an old beat up Jeep. I wanted dirt on the wheels. I want something I can run up to the mountains and get dirty and have fun,
Right.
and I drive home.
Yeah.
He listens to me. He knows we're kind of buddies. We know each other at the gym. And he goes, I know, I think I live around the corner from you. When I have this one that's coming in on trade, I'm going to bring it to you. And I said, okay, fine. He shows up at my house one night with a Jeep, just been traded in, barely got the dealer plates on it, hasn't been cleaned. It is muddy, dirty. The seats are scratched. The window's
Yeah.
messy. It looks like a beat up old Jeep.
Yeah.
And he knocks on my door. He's like, come on, let's get in. And he takes me on a trip, and we're driving around, and we're talking about CrossFit. We're talking about the kids. He's talking about, you know, I had a car like this. I got to drive the kids around, and we got ice cream all the time. It was great memories. We're just having a good time. And every once in a
Sure.
while he asks me, what is it you want in a car like this? Why do you want this for? Man, I just want to I used to have a convertible. This fills that itch and that void, and I love it. And he's like, take the top off. So, okay. So what are we doing? He is listening to what I really wanted, wants to really solve a problem for me, and wants to find out what the problem is. Then he's just building relationship around the problem he's here to help solve. I could talk,
but it doesn't hurt that you're tooling around in this thing either.
No. He leaves me the keys overnight. He's like, I'm around the corner. I know where you live. Just leave it overnight. Right? And of course,
so I got a question for you before you finish.
Yeah.
At what point in this transaction was that car sold?
Before he drove up to my house.
Oh,
to be honest with you.
Okay.
Now, I wanted to look at it, and I wanted, is this going to be mine? Does it fill the void? And it ticked all the boxes I wanted.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of boxes I didn't know what I wanted.
Yeah.
I didn't know what color I wanted. I didn't know what decals. I didn't know what extra whatever comes. I didn't know.
Package. Yeah.
I had a picture in my mind of tooling around on the weekends with the kids in the back, getting ice cream and running around the mountains. Like that was my image. And at every other dealer, they listened to what I wanted. I wanted a Jeep. I want it for this price, and I want it for for fun. I just stopped there.
Yeah.
Driving around in silence. But this guy listened, and he asked me about what I wanted, and he texted me back and forth about the kids and what's memories and what wouldn't constitute that. Let me jump to the end of the story.
Yeah.
Okay. There's the part in the car buying process where he's going to write you up, go in the back, they're going to sell you all the crap. And he goes, look,
the add-ons,
right? And he goes, look, the shop thinks that you should put $8,000 of extra work into this car. It's old, it's got 100,000 miles, whatever on it. He goes, I know what you want this for. You need this one thing fixed.
Yeah.
We got a buddy who's a mechanic at the gym.
Yeah.
He'll take good care of you. Don't buy the add-ons. My salesperson told me not to do it. And he was right.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget how he listened to what I wanted and then delivered it. Now, what was different in that what we're talking about is not giving away your margins and stuff. The stuff you sell, if it's a commodity, you can just go online and buy it yourself for less. Go to Carvana, go to Blue Nile, go find it and source it, buy it for less.
Watches are guilty of this, timepiece. Yeah.
Right? Terribly guilty.
Yeah.
But then why does a salesperson exist? The salesperson, if the salesperson exists to write up a ticket so that the transaction is completed, frankly, forgive me for saying this, salespeople, but it's the truth. AI can do it better. The internet exists because it doesn't need a salesperson. You go on with one click on Amazon and buy what you want. The salesperson,
in our case here for jewelers, it's to pull it out of the case and show the customer.
If that's all you're doing, I mean, that's not a salesperson. It's barely a clerk. It's a warm body to unlock the case.
Yeah.
A salesperson exists to solve problems for people. I believe that with all my heart.
Yeah.
And now the question is, how much would you pay for someone to truly solve your problem and remove the headache of having to do it yourself? Now, was the car that I picked the cheapest of the options? No. Did Kelley Blue Book say I could have picked it up for less? Yes. Do I care? Not at all.
Exactly. That's why I asked you when you bought that car. When that car was sold.
When he drove up in that car, that was when I was like, yeah, I like that one. I'll pay for that one. And then when he told me when he listened to my problems and he really told me, you don't need these add-ons, buddy. It comes with these warranties, and go talk to our other guy.
He had your best interest in mind.
He's my guy. He's my guy.
He's your guy. Yeah.
I saved his number. I'm going to call him next time I have myself or someone else who needs something.
Yeah.
So a salesperson solves problems. So I'm going to kick this back to you because I got excited in this whole process. You started this with not giving everything away in the pursuit of a sale, not giving away your margins, getting proper margins. And the question is like, okay, can you make a large margin on selling a natural diamond? Yes. You and I both know this. And is it
Yep.
dishonest? No, it's not. So I guess the question is, I genuinely believe that a salesperson is there to solve problems. And when they solve them well and they do it right, we're willing to pay for that
Yes.
person and return to that person. Okay. How much is that worth to the customer? How much is
Yeah.
the problem solving worth to the customer, Jimmy? So that we can say, is I can justify having higher margins on my diamonds because
Right.
how we solve problems. What's that worth to people?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Well, the principle I think of is, first of all, the airplane principle, where you have to secure your mask first before securing others. In an event of the air mask dropping, and then the other thing is, we really can't truly love others until we love ourselves. Um, I know that sounds like I just went down a deep psychological hole there,
Yeah.
but the thing is, but the reality is, you your worth to others walking through your door is determined by you and determined by what you're able to give the customer in terms of problem solving. You may be an AGS store. You may have all of your people may have gone through the diamond courses, which I have back over there. And they all may be certified, whatever. Okay, so there's a par that's set here, par. There's a level of excellence that's set. How much do we feel that we're giving? How much do we love ourselves? Um, and then to that customer is walking through your door. And I said to you, how many people nowadays have the time to go shop one store to another for price and all that type of thing? My sense is, if they walk through your door, you have a golden opportunity right there, right then and there, to show them your heart, to show them how much you love and appreciate yourselves, or respect your processes, your teams. And I'm sorry, I'm getting belabored here, but the thing is, you absolutely can command that type of price if you're building the relationship like this guy did with you in the Jeep. We knew when it was sold, and we all know that there's a part of a buying process, whether we're buying a home, especially a home, it's a very emotional purchase, where we tend to go over our budget to get what we really want. And so that's my first plea to everybody is, if you're giving away your margins, stop abusing yourself like that. Stop abusing yourself. Appreciate who you are. Your years of experience, your knowledge, and also how you're going to care for that customer after the sale. And the internet can never do that. So I'm
Yeah,
getting preachy. I'm sorry, but I'm getting myself more excited as I talk about this.
to that person who, if you're one of the ways we treat jewelry in particular as a commodity, this used to be an old school thing with the AGS, right? Back in the day, gemological certifications. And
Right.
I have a GIA graduate. Everyone here is a GEG. When the value of your store and your sales team is in a certificate, I'm not
Mhm.
saying that's not important education, but I am saying
Right.
that if you are selling your store because everyone here has this gemological certification from this place with acronyms and stuff behind it, then you're still a commodity. To
Right.
your point, all that is another element of commodity.
Hmm.
How important is it to buy your car from Toyota, to have it certified from Toyota? To the
Right.
consumer, not that important.
No.
Not as important as its function, which is I need a car that gets my kids to school and me to work and back reliably for the next 10 years.
Right.
That's a big one, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
What is far more valuable when you say having like that intrinsic value is what you're talking about, the value that I bring. It removes all the certifications for a moment, it removes the pricing for a moment, and it says, I have the ability to be heard and to listen.
Yeah.
And to listen is to be loved, is to feel love. And so how do I want my problems solved? Well, do I really want, okay, if I'm going to buy an engagement ring and I don't know anything about jewelry, do I really want to go online and search 10 different websites and compare them on different tabs to compare pricing, to understand the 4 C's I've never heard of in my life, to walk
Yeah.
into 3 or 4 stores on a weekend? It sounds like I've created a lot of homework for myself. And this is a romantic purchase. Who the heck do I want? I don't know what I'm looking at. What's right? Should I get a VVS1, a VS1? Why are there so many letters? Why did you keep using V over and over again in the letters? I don't understand. I mean, my gosh.
The engineers want that. They probably dig on that kind of stuff.
They probably would. And to that point, maybe they have a little different problem to have solved. But still, what you want is someone to come along and say, man, I've been doing this a long time. I've been doing it so long and I'm trustworthy, and let me help you take care of that so I can just get you what you really wanted the whole time.
Yep. And yep.
What's that worth?
It's so much that you're a problem solver at that point. You're solving their problem.
Solving the problem.
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't want to yak too much because I just get excited I get excited when I get to experience a great sales experience, when I'm the recipient of a great sales experience.
Yeah.
That makes me so happy because I feel like I won. Like,
Exactly.
I've been telling the story about how this guy drove up to my house with a dirty car. How many salespeople do you know would purposefully drive a dirty car to show a client?
No, that's what you
sold
said,
it for me. That sold it for me, right?
Hey, did it have the gas tank on the back? The classic Jeep Wrangler gas
That would
tank?
be even better. That would be
No?
even better. Oh my gosh. Needless to say, I get jazzed. I get jazzed that I got to have that experience.
Yeah.
And the value of that experience is huge for me and so many people, because it means that the next time I have a car question, I can call this guy and I know he's going to treat me right.
Yeah.
Because he listened. And so back to our original problem, I kick back to you. What is the value of that experience? If you've been in a cycle of selling things in jewelry, it's a low margin. We don't get a huge margin on big diamonds or something. How do you break the cycle how do you break that cycle and realize there are people making 2-3 times what you're making on the same diamond sale? And people hear that and they go, okay, but how? I'm different. My market's different. It's competitive here. How do you break someone out of that going, maybe there's potential that you haven't realized and you're underselling your value? Let me help you show you. I want to show them how they can see what value they can really bring to people. How do we break that cycle for our listeners?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna little caveat here. So this podcast is you and I just chatting. Okay. And if you go to trainretail.com and you sign up for our weekly sales training and management training videos, we give you the how to. So we break it down. So this is us chatting, and we try to give you some solutions at the end. But I just want you to know it's quite a bit more formalized in our training with notes and things like that. So, but the first thing I got to do is I've got to sell myself and I've got to sell the store. Okay. Thank the Lord that they've walked in and they're standing in front of me. Now they may be price shopping. Okay. My wife is a big one. She will spend more time price shopping and waste more time price shopping. And then I'll go out and get it. And she's the classic, did you use a coupon? And I'm like, no, I didn't use a coupon. I hate coupons, and I will pay more than the retail price not to use a coupon. But the reason I want to do that is because I want to go out and conquer, and I want to provide this beautiful fatted calf to my wife to go and cook and give to the family. But the thing is, you have to sell yourself in the store. You've got to give them a darn good reason to feel good about walking through your doors. And my whole philosophy on when somebody walks in front of my door or walks in front of me through my door, I want them to think I found the place where I'm going to buy this. You know, I don't know maybe exactly which one I'm going to get yet, but I like these people so much that I found the place. And and so yeah, you've you've paid thousands and thousands of dollars for a great facade and great showcases and great carpeting and lighting and all that kind of stuff. And you got this staff here that you're paying highly to serve your customers. And so sell them on that and convince them through whether it's logic or what have you, emotion, I don't care what it is, to convince them that the last place they want to go is online and buy this, number one. But also, and the last thing I'm going to say about this is that the experiences out there are so mediocre at absolute best in terms of the customer face to face that's all you got to do is have a little bit of people knowledge, a little bit of people skills, a little sales skills, and you can win them over pretty quickly by giving them an experience that's different than what they've experienced out there.
And I maybe if I can throw this in there at the end.
You can, because it's your podcast.
Well, so is it yours, and I want to bolster an idea that you sell a lot to our clients. And we don't have time to get all into it now, but you talk a lot about the book Unreasonable Hospitality by Will Guidara.
Yeah.
One of the thoughts that come out of that book, and we try to share with our clients through the sales training that Jimmy talked about, through management training that we also do, is creating valuable experiences and valuable problem is a science. It's not just a feel-good, fluffy thing. And I think when we get stuck in the commodity business of selling what we're selling, this is the price I got to go off of rap sheet,
Mm-hmm.
We start to think that the only thing that we offer somebody is the product that we're giving in their hands.
Oh yeah, yeah.
When the reality is that's maybe 50% of it. And the other 50% is the story that that person wants to tell about it. I want to tell a story about a guy that drove up with a dirty Jeep to my house and how I bought it because I was excited about this thing. That's a striking story. And as part of the experience of the thing I wanted.
Yeah.
When I go to a fancy restaurant, I want to talk about how I got to eat in Vegas at the Paris in the Eiffel Tower and looking over the Bellagio fountains.
Mm-hmm.
Is half the price or more of the meal wrapped up in that experience? Yeah. And you could call that overpriced if what you wanted was a cheap steak. But I didn't want that. I wanted the seat with the view. And I talk about the date that I got to have with my spouse and looking out over the fountains and all
the feeling.
The feeling.
Yeah.
People are not, you're not selling snake oil here. When you create a science around the experience, you're selling what people actually wanted in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
That when they bought a diamond ring, when they came in for that anniversary gift, they're talking to somebody who treated them like royalty, and that they trust so implicitly that they would give them the most valuable possessions they own.
Yeah.
Without concern or worry. Right. People want that desperately, and they are willing to pay you more for it if you create the environment where that happens.
Yeah. Yeah. A couple of quick little things you can do with your team to build this is, so now, first of all, train your team to be asking the key questions of relationship building through your team, through the sale. The biggest question of all is what's important to you. What was important to Kyle is that he wanted a dirty old Jeep that he could not feel bad that a stone's going to fly up and hit and dent the hood. Who cares? I love it. Gives it more soul. So that guy drove over with exactly what Kyle wanted. And he said what was important to him, a dirty Jeep. That's amazing. And so sit down with your staff and talk about the preconceptions that you may have as a team that you put on people when they're walking through the door, and how to get rid of those, how to erase those, put the focus on the customer, not my wallet, not my, oh gosh, I just lost 3 sales last week to somebody who said they bought online or they bought somewhere else. And so be thinking about what do you have that's special? What can you develop in your store that's that wow experience that makes them think, I ain't buying from anybody else? Or that it's 90% sold by the time they even start looking at a piece. So that's what I would suggest to you. And I think, we can focus on our competition by looking at them so much that we start taking a dive every time in order to beat it, no matter what. As opposed to, let's focus on ourselves. Let's be amazing ourselves. Let's create that feeling that they're going to want to buy from us.
Love it.
That's all I got.
We got a lot in there, folks.
Yeah, but there are going to be instances where people are only price shopping. You're not going to make them happy no matter what. That's fine. And you know what we're going to end up seeing, by the way, 2 weeks, 3 weeks down the road. Hey, can you guys size this for me? Or can you guys do this for me? Or, I bought this and the diamonds are all loose in this channel. Should they be wiggling like that? Now we still have an opportunity to love on them. We want to kick them in the butt and say, why didn't you buy it from us? But we still have an opportunity to win that customer over.
Absolutely.
And so, I mean, if we've done our due diligence on this realm, fine. Let the other divers take the low ball, the race to the bottom. Let them have the race to the bottom. We're not interested in that.
No, not at all.
That's all I got.
There you have it, folks. If you want a program that's going to help you figure out how to scientifically set up an experience for your customers, and we approach it with that in mind. How do we make measurable changes to get an amazing experience that reflects the store you want to have? Trainretail.com. We help you grow your people and your profits for a greater purpose through your business.
Oh, yeah.
And that is so often accomplished through the experiences that you create and the sales experiences that you create. So go to trainretail.com. You can always reach out to us, Kyle at Train Retail or Jimmy at trainretail.com. And we'd be happy to answer your questions on this podcast, your thoughts, help you with whatever you got going on in your business. Shoot us a message. We'd love to help you. Hit like, hit subscribe, leave a review. Now go forth and be awesome.
And I'm playing the piano right now, but you can't hear it. And I'm singing, you'll be back. I probably shouldn't sing anymore, should I?
Yeah.
I could sing.
Money we got to spend on rights.
All right, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye.
We hope you leave this episode a little better than when you first began. If you'd like more resources to grow your business slow, steady, and consistently, check out our on-demand video catalog at trainretail.com. Or if you have a question or frustration we can help address in your business, write to us about it. We love to help solve big, ugly problems. So hit us up at kyle@trainretail.com or jimmy@trainretail.com. Good luck out there, and we will see you next time.